Jones, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. And tonight, it'll be the Houston Rockets going up against the New York Knicks in New York. For New York, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. Big change for the Knicks last year was implementing the triangle offense. Obviously, didn't exactly go how they wanted, but Shaq, how long do you stick with the triangle before you consider some other shape?
You know, being a master of triangology, you know, is very, very difficult. But, you know, I don't think the Knicks really have the talent to pull it off. But, you know, just need a lot of patience and, you know, just keep it going because it does work. Trust me, it works.
Yeah, it works when you have Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant. Otherwise, it's just a straight line. It's a straight line. You turn that, you know, when you turn that triangle upside down, it points to last place where the Knicks were. And if the Knicks don't have some improvement offensively, they'll be pointing in that direction again.
That is a fresh take on triangleology, or whatever you said it was.
Way to hit the point.
Very good, Shaq. Kevin Harlan's got the call, and it's next.
Conference contest here in the Big Apple, New York, as the Knicks play one at home. And right now, the Rockets, they like to start this road trip off on a positive note. Well, compared to last season, you'd have to say the start to this season has not been quite what you'd expect. They hope to improve their record with the win tonight, certainly.
And you know, Houston, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, that's the sense you get, isn't it? I mean, the important thing is that they don't panic here. Stick to the basics and work out of this slump without trying to do too much at one time.
Tip-off goes to Houston. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Ariza and Jones at the small and power forward. Terry and Harden are the 1 and 2. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
Now here's Harden, following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. The layup missed. That falls. Nice feed this time from Jose Calderon. Anthony's got the game going with his first points of the game for the Knicks. Harden with it in the game against Philadelphia. Very impressive. Terry outside. 4 on the clock. From inside, that's tipped. First quarter, just over a minute played. Calderon passes to a Flower. Anthony against Ariza. The drive by Anthony. Banked in off the glass. Anthony's got his second bucket of the night.
How about the head of steam he's able to generate right there and just gets to the rack really easy.
Harden sets the pick for Terry. He feeds it to Harden. No good off the front iron.
Not looking good for him so far. 4 straight misses to start the game.
Here's a follow, and the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Knicks last season had a lot of problems here in Manhattan, and it showed all over the floor, Greg. And you played for this team. You know what it's like to play basketball in New York. Not a good record for them at home last year.
How about finishing 10 and 31 here and playing in front of a sold-out crowd every night? And one thing about New York, they're going to let you know when they're displeased. Worst home record in the East and second worst home record in the league.
Now here's Jones. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Boy, the 5th time's the charm. That's a big basket there.
The Knicks have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Now let's go over to Doris Burke, who spoke with Derek Fisher. Doris?
Kevin, we talked at length about how they plan to contain this excellent offensive ball club. He said, you know, our opponent changes, but our principles stay relatively constant. It's all about denying the high percentage shots, the layups, free throws, and open three-pointers. If they're hitting contested jump shots, you just have to tip your hat to them. Kevin, a sound strategy.
All right, Doris, and guys, what's your take on Coach's strategy here?
I tell you what, he doesn't sugarcoat it at all. I mean, it's a challenge going up against a team that is just as potent offensively as this group is, and he wants his guys to be mentally prepared for it.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to take some major intensity at that end of the floor if they're going to be able to weather the storm. And, you know, for the Knicks, there were a lot of reasons why they were bad at home. Bottom 5 in field goal percentage, against at home field goal defense, and 3rd worst field goal percentage at home in the league.
And Harden. With the basket on the assist by Terry. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
Good on the shot.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
That's good. 7 points in the game.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
Here's Porzingis looking for his first basket still in this one. And Lopez gets it to go.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Terry kicks to Harden. There's the 3. Carmelo Anthony grabs the board. The Knicks leading by 3. To the inside, Afflalo. The shot misses. Good D by Ariza. Here's Harden on the wing. Covered by Anthony. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul.
And it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And the Knicks making a change here. Serafin's checked in.
Keep it going. One more time. Let me hear it for your Knicks City Dancers.
Harden outside. Down low. Trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Anthony. Off the inbound. Harden's shot is good. Harden's got 9.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Well, guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
A wide-open look here for Terry. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Terry's got his first 2 points of the night. New York trailing. Calderon kicks to Aflalo. Pass to Anthony. Three-pointer. Shot is no good. And Houston the other way now. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
Now Aflalo. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. In second, the Rockets.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Calderon dishes to Serafin. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup. So I'd agree with you there, Greg.
Well, looking back on last season, you didn't know where the Rockets would end up in terms of seeding in the playoffs. Ended up with the 2 seed because they won the Southwest Division. And as it turned out, everything worked out very well for them.
It really did, and had a divisional matchup in that first round against the Mavs. But the Rockets took care of business in that series and would advance.
Now, here's Brewer. Jerry Grant missing his last shot. A shot's good from Lawson.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
There's Galloway. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game.
And, you know, for the Rockets, they had a major gut check in the second round. Went down 3-1 against the Clippers. Came back to win the series in 7, including Game 6, when I dozed off when they were trailing by 19 in the 4th and was shocked to wake up in the morning and see they had forced the 7th game.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And with the Rockets last postseason, their trip to the conference finals was as far as they would go. Went out to the Warriors in 5 games. Most of them, though, close ones. I think most fans are pleased with how far the team went last year in spite of all the injuries. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
Now, here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Amundsen, good.
Oh, terrific way to finish that move there, going to the basket.
For Houston, they've gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. And with the Rockets, it's no secret that they take a very analytical approach to team building. Greg, you and I talked about that. And Clark, you know, you wonder if that hurts them in free agency.
Well, you know, when your front office makes no qualms about viewing players as simply just assets, it can be a hard sell to a free agent.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of him there, too. So nothing subtle about that one.
Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for the Rockets. Grant against Beverly. Out to the right wing. Outside Thomas. The dish now to Amundsen. There's the pick. Here's Galloway. Off target from three-point range.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
And it's Capella missing. Major
defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
3-on-3. Shoots from the baseline. Shot is off. Here's Galloway. That's good. Galloway has got his first points of the night.
17-14.
And here's Beverly.
These are your Knicks City Dancers.
And some tough times for the Knicks, but you listen to Carmelo Anthony, it's clear he's invested in this franchise.
They pulled all the strings to get me here, and I wanted to be here. And yeah, I want New York to be that place where guys want to come play in New York, you know, and I want to retire in New York. I mean, let's just be quite frank.
Knicks fans rooting for Carmelo to help make New York a playoff venue once again.
You know what? It's going to take a lot more than Carmelo playing strong to get the Knicks back into the playoffs and to make them a destination to where NBA stars want to come.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take on the Knicks so far?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So on the floor for Houston, Beverly and Harden, they're the backcourt. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. And it's Ariza in at the small forward. And for Trevor Ariza, almost exclusively a perimeter player on the offense last year. New scheme, Greg, new teammates, big adjustment.
Yeah, the Rockets having Dwight Howard camping out in the lane and James Harden needing space for dribble drives. Not much room to operate inside for Ariza.
But they do like his defense, and we know he can hit the three. He's a pretty valuable commodity for them. Rockets trail by 5. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
A moment to check out Robin Lopez here. How's the last month of basketball been for him? Averaging about 7 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
Yeah, great hustle, does all the little things. Just a good complimentary guy to have on your team.
That's good.
He's got so much junk in his trunk. He'll find a way to hurt you.
Rockets shooting poorly, just 35% so far. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Terry kicks to Harden. 6 on the shot clock. Jones sets the pick for Harden. Houston needs to get a shot off. Ariza no luck.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Calderon passes to a flyer. Lopez with the ball. And it's Howard picking him up. Fades back. Tries again. And it's Lopez laying it in. Lopez has got his second bucket tonight.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until the defense puts up a little more resistance, they ought to continue to pound them down low.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, in a game where offensively they were about as inconsistent as you're ever going to see them.
They needed to make a few runs, but it just never happened for them. And when you can't string things together, it's tough sledding. It's a tough way to go.
Williams, he's checked in for Porzingis. Now here's Aflalo. He's got 5. Some nice passing by New York here. 2 open that time. Made it look too easy. Calderon's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Carmelo Anthony showing you his passing skill there.
The 3 from Harden. Harden missing again. The Knicks leading by 7.
I mean, the Knicks were bad last year, and it became evident early on. As the season grew older, more and more of their national coverage games were being pulled. And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Now here's Calderon. He gives a bit of a scoring lift to the team, averaging 8 points a game. And it's Aflalo penetrating. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For the Knicks, losing a lot of nationally televised games, too. It seemed like every time they were around, they were losing. It might have been a blessing in disguise.
Well, I hope they look at it in a positive vein. It did give them a chance to focus on player development there in New York. Also allowed them to shut down Melo for the season.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And something not a lot of people talk about, Ty Loss's defense. He has the lateral quickness, Clark, and strong lower body that gives, point guards fits.
Yeah, he's like a fire hydrant in terms of his build and strength. He's a good ball defender, but he gambles sometimes, so that can cut both ways. He'll get steals, but he'll also put you in tough positions defensively.
Sasha Vujacic is checked in for New York.
Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Rockets trail by 6. It's going to be out of bounds. The Rockets will retain possession. Oh, you might have been wondering who the top scoring small forwards have been over the last 10 games. Wonder no more. Here's a peek. Carmelo Anthony, 4th.
I mean, tremendously gifted athletically. I mean, we're used to seeing that at that spot on the floor, and they pretty much all give astonishing individual performances on any given night.
Well, we know the small forward spot is where the bulk of the scoring load rests on most teams. I mean, those players on that list always come through in the scoring department. These guys pack a lot of firepower.
And he gets it to go.
In talking about Lawson's defense, he was down in steals last season. But a part of that is because he stopped gambling as much. He's learned where to pick his spots.
Kevin Surf, and he's checked in for Lopez. And then for Houston, Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Trevor Ariza. And that one is stuffed right through.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Getting back to Ty Lawson, he's under 6 feet without shoes, relatively short wingspan as well, yet he's always had to deal with size limitations on defense, but he uses phenomenal anticipation and speed to win more than his share of battles at that end of the floor.
New York leading by 4. Calderon kicks to Vujacic. Anthony nowhere around. Off target with his 3.
His shot's it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Lawson dishes to Thornton. On the wing, Brewer. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
The pass to Williams. Inside. Shot's good for Seraphim. And the Knicks lead by 4. And look at how the hustle game has been going for New York.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
Now here's Anthony. 11 points for him in that last game against Miami. Nobody near Williams. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 7-point Knicks lead.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
And the basket by Brewer.
The offense has a better flow, and it actually looks better here in the second quarter.
It does. They're playing with a little bit more bounce in their step and trying to close this gap.
Here's Vujacic. Back to Calderon. They get the rebound.
Another shot from outside. They're not attacking. I mean, going in and seeking contact like they did in the first one, I'm not seeing that.
Yeah, you can't play the score, Clark. You have to play your game. They need to mix it up a little bit here. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Over the last 10 games, as we look at the Rockets, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. Third in fast break points, seventh in blocks. And they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And you look at it, they've been running that fast break to perfection. Great quick combination really to attack and look for easy in transition.
Catching up on the changes for New York. It was Amundsen who's checked in for Williams. Lance Thomas comes in for Anthony. Langston Galloway's checked in for Sasha Vujacic. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon.
Shooting 100% in the quarter. They've made them all, taking full advantage at the line.
I tell you what, nice job making the most of their opportunities.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
The Rockets have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. And he knocks down the first one. The Rockets were terrific on the road last season, Clark. Tied for second with the Clippers for the most road wins in the league.
26-15, although if you want to get picky about it, they had one of those wins in Mexico City, so maybe 25.5 road wins for them.
The Knicks leading by 6. Passes it to Porzingis. Grant against Lawson. Grant That's good.
How about the way he's able to angle his body to shield the big fella off and still get the finish?
You've got to be clever with your sleight of hand when you get inside and try to finish against the bigger guys. And he made it look easy that time.
And he gets it to go. Thornton's got 4 this quarter.
And you can see he just caught a glimpse of the open man on the perimeter and immediately got him the basketball.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Knicks lead by 6. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
So, Carmelo, after this first half of play, what do you believe the team needs to focus on from here on out?
Well, just communication and trusting one another. When somebody get beat, the next guy got his back, and we're just trying to get up and down, get going some way, somehow. For the most part, we did pretty good. A couple of adjustments on the defensive end. Make some shots, and we'll be fine.
Melo, thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. For the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Some nice stretches of basketball from them, and at one point, they pushed the lead up to 7. Taking a look at the Knicks, Kenny, what'd you think?
Efficiency, efficiency, efficiency. The 3 E's, Shaq. That's all I got to say. They've avoided turning the basketball over, and that's a recipe for success. Now, here's how they do it. By sacrificing the highlight reel plays, you get good looks, and those home run plays will still come.
Shaq, how'd you think the Rockets were playing?
Their transition game was really strong. It really fueled them, gave them a big injection of energy into their offense. If they can maintain that fast style in the second half, they got a great chance to take control of this game.
That's going to do it for now as the second half is just about ready to get started. We'll see you later.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. An exceptional performance so far from James Harden.
And, you know, I'm not sure that he can continue to shoot the 3 as well as he has up to this point. He has been lights out.
You know, sometimes, Greg, you have those nights where the basket just looks twice as large as it is. Grand Canyon size. It might be one of those nights for him.
We've got Robin Lopez. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon, and it's Aflalo in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there.
You look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player, does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
And here's Calderon after Trevor Ariza just hit the 3. Aflalo, no good. Rockets trail by 6. From deep, Harden. Offensive rebound. Pass to Calderon. Here's Aflalo. Pass to Porzingis. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Lopez. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Lopez has got 11 points.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked.
Here's Calderon. Terrence Jones making his last shot. Here's Anthony. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
A one-man show offensively, and that's almost always good news for his team.
Harden, no good.
And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector. Just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Now here's Calderon, and now it's a double-digit lead. And now it's a 10-point Knicks lead. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
Yeah, and Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, You know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently. And then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
Lopez, no luck. Rockets trail by 10. Harden kicks to Terry. It's hauled in by Jose Calderon. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Anthony with it, and Terry picks him up defensively. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anthony. A follow trying to get open. Anthony with the bucket. Anthony's got 12 points in the game.
And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard. 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%. Up high and down hard with the one-hander.
Got a little extra forceful with that one, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I think that's going to rouse up his teammates, no doubt. And, you know, on the topic of Jose Calderon, his game is predicated on getting others involved. Last season, he had Carmelo Anthony to throw it to, and really pretty much no one else. So defenders could key on him a little more, causing him, I thought, to become just a little less efficient.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just going over the plan with his team. He told the team he wanted their offense to run through Carmelo Anthony. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Those are likely not the last adjustments they make today, guys. There's still time left in this one. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks a lot, Doris. To the middle, here's Serafin. No good. Excellent D that time from Jones. The shot. But they recover it. Harden the pass to Ariza. Now Calderon. He's got 7. Feeds it to Aflalo. The shot's good on the assist by Calderon. Calderon's got 5 assists in the game. Rockets trail by 12. It's Harden with the drive, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 12. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Harden against the Aflalo. And Beverly gets to Ariza. And the lead is down inside single digits. Ariza's got 8.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
And the jam by Harden.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Now here's Calderon. He kicks it to Serafin. The pass to Porzingis. Dishes to Aflalo. No good on the 3.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Lewis Amundsen, he's checked in for Porzingis. Thomas comes in for Anthony. Langston Galloway's checked in for Aaron Aflalo. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. And then for Houston, Capella's checked in, and it's Brewer in for Terrence Jones. Now here's Thomas. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Here's Amundsen. Ariza covering. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
Now how about how he sets his man up there, runs him right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
It's Harden with the drive. Last season for James Harden was easily his best yet. Finished second in the MVP race. Put up huge numbers with career highs in points per game scoring. A break at more than 27 a game.
And also carried that Rockets team that dealt with a plethora of injuries, mainly to Dwight Howard, and second in the league in scoring. I mean, narrowly losing out to Russell Westbrook, who just went on a tremendous tear the second half of the season, and then also finished runner-up in the MVP race.
Harrell, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Harden hits them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player. Excellent at the free throw line.
Shot's good for Seraphin. Seraphin's got 7 points in the game.
And for Harden coming in second in the MVP race, he had a lot of first-place votes, and nobody knew if he or Curry would win the award. In most other seasons, he would have won the MVP.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Beverly against Grant. There's the screen. Thomas dishes to Seraphin. Rockets with the rebound. Cabela's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And for Harden last year, he could have easily have won the MVP, probably would have in other seasons. His big talking point for the award was how he carried the Rockets on his back. And he might have been the most valuable player to his team with the performances he had last year.
And so it's New York with it after the Rockets pick up 3. They grab their own miss. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
And New York making a change here. Lopez is checked in. Houston also making some changes. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Harrell. Thornton comes in for James Harden. And it's Terry in for Patrick Beverly. Now, here's Grant. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Off the pick. Rockets with the rebound.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Here's Galloway. No good trying to beat the...
Knicks fans, these are your Knicks City Dancers. Go on and give it up.
We welcome you back to what has been a good one here as we get into the fourth quarter. Rockets trail by 3. So on the floor for Houston. Down low with Jones and Howard together. Thornton out there with Terry. And it's Ariza in at the 3 slot. Now here's Jones. Back to Ariza. And a wide open look for Thornton. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. The Knicks leading by 3. The feed to Carmelo. Here's Porzingis, defended by Jones, and it's sent back by Howard. Ariza has the open look. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Ariza's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Houston. Here's Galloway. Terry covering. Galloway, the pass to Porzingis. And Carmelo Anthony hits from deep. Anthony's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
It's Terry outside. Kept alive by Houston. Here's Ariza. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. Howard's got his 4th assist with that last. One here tonight. Galloway kicks to Afflalo. About a minute and a half through the 4th quarter now. He dishes it to Galloway. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now here's Terry. Outside, Jones. Howard slams it home for the putback.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Last season was difficult for Dwight Howard, to say the least, across the board. Worse since, in fact, his rookie year.
Yeah, he just wasn't able to stay healthy. I mean, looks dominant in spurts. Gets you thinking, okay, he's back, then his body betrays him.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just going over the plan with his team. He told them the game is right there for the taking, fellas, but we've got to be first. First to loose balls, first to the rim. We have to give our all right here. Kevin, now's the time.
And thank you, Doris.
And talking about Howard, always a perennial double-doubles leader. Last year, through the injuries, he dropped down to 23 total double-doubles. But that was in only 41 games. So the average over an 82-game stretch would have put him in the top 5 once again. So clearly, he has a lot left when he's healthy.
Here is Harden, 6 to shoot, over Lopez. No good off the back of the rim.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
Getting back to Dwight Howard, I think he's at a crossroads physically. Had back and knee issues. It's highly unlikely he can be 100% for a full season. You just hope to have him happy and healthy for your most important games.
Ariza against Anthony. Ariza outside. Back to Howard. Kicks it to Harden. Got a piece of it. Here's Anthony. He feeds it to Afflalo. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. 14 points for Aaron Afflalo. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Knicks.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Now here's Anthony. Dwight Howard missing his last shot. Here's Porzingis, and the shot is good. And now an 11-point Knicks lead.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
Houston's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Terry kicks to Ariza. In the corner, Harden. Howard up on top. Terry outside. Makes it off the glass. Anthony with it. Here's New York. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's Porzingis. Good work defensively by Jones. Rockets trail by 9. Here's Ariza. Kept alive.
And it doesn't even matter that he's surrounded on that possession. He's got the size to pull those boards down anyway.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Been a great game tonight for Aflalo. He has 14 points. 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
And you can't undervalue the importance of that. Many times a game comes down to which team wins the free throw battle.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
They get it back. The Knicks leading by 9. Calderon with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Aflalo dishes to Carmelo. Pulls up on the elbow. Can't hit. Excellent D that time from Jones. Rockets shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%. Not playing with as much energy here lately. Shot by Terry, no good. New York with the ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Baseline jumper. Aflalo, no good. Rockets trail by 9. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Here's Lopez. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
He just punishes you on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
Harden the pass to Terry. Screen by Jones. Terry kicks to Jones. And he sinks the shot coming off the strong pick.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
Now here's Anthony. Calderon dishes to Anthony. And that comes off the assist by Calderon. And that's 19 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
He can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside.
Here's Calderon. Anthony with it. He's picked up by Ariza. Anthony kicks to Calderon. Lopez, a screen on Harden. With the shot. Calderon, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Harden, no good.
Man, he's just pulled a Harry Houdini in this quarter. He's completely disappeared.
Anthony, the pass to Aflalo. Terry against Anthony. There's the dish to Lopez.
Some really terrific numbers for Lopez. 8 rebounds, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
The line for your Knicks, Robin Lopez.
First free throw is good.
And Robin Lopez, last season, he missed about 6 weeks with that broken hand, but freak injuries aside, he's been pretty durable over the course of his career. Had played in all 82 games the previous 2 seasons.
Langston Galloway's checked in for Jose Calderon.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Knicks.
I agree, Steve, and this is a game where the defense, Clark Steele specifically, generating a lot of opportunities.
And it created extra possession.
for them too, Kevin. Scoring opportunities they cashed in on, and that effort, a big part of what will be a nice victory tonight.
And they took charge when it counted, and they'll be notching their 9th win overall.
And because they play in different conferences, guys, this is the last time these two teams will face each other. It's got to be a good feeling to getting the clean sweep, finishing the season 2-0 against the Rockets.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Carmelo Anthony. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Houston with a big group substitution here. Capella's checked in. Harrell comes in for Terrence Jones. Marcus Thornton, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Jason Terry.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Grant, right side. So it's New York picking up the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing.
Jose, congratulations on the win here tonight. How important was winning this game following your last loss to try to reestablish some momentum?
Well, I think we played better. I think we're getting confidence. I know it was a bad loss, but we know what we have to do to win games. We got to be really concentrate. That's what we do. Everybody got to be on the same page. Keep helping each other. That's how a team win games.
Thank you for the time, sir. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He came out of the locker room at halftime with some nice shooting, going 3 for 3 to start the third quarter.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've gotten spoiled. But we shouldn't fail to appreciate what he has been able to do tonight. He was spectacular. When he doesn't try to do too much, Carmelo Anthony is absolutely lethal. And he had it going tonight.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, you know, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one.
And, folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.